I'm Samantha Reiling, and this is my persuasive speech. This is my audience, Cindy, and then my mom's videotaping. Everyone expects their parents to keep them as healthy as they can when they're a child. When you start a family, I hope that that's what you're going to do for your kids. My sister-in-law has been breastfeeding for about 4.5 months now, and she expects to breastfeed him for the whole first year he's alive. Nursing your newborn is the most beneficial for your child's health as well as your own. Today I'm going to talk about how it helps your baby physically and financially and your family, and how formula can hurt you. The American Academy of Pediatrics, established in 1930, recommends on their website that women should exclusively breastfeed for the first 6 months and continue for at least 1 year. What is also known as liquid gold is colostrum. This is the thick yellow milk that you first produce during your pregnancy and then shortly after birth. It's very rich in nutrients and antibodies from the mother. After colostrum, you start to produce maternal milk, and this is thinner, and it has the right amount of fat for your child to gain more weight, and it also gives the same amount of antibodies. On the left is the maternal milk, and on the right is the colostrum milk. You can see that it's yellower and a little bit thicker. According to an article titled 10 Things to Know About Breastfeeding in the October 2012 edition of Parents Magazine, Sarah Littman states, when you breastfeed your child, you can pass on antibodies that cannot be replicated through formula. Breastfeeding also helps prevent allergies for your children. The Department of Health and Human Services states on the Women's Health website that breast milk can lower the risk of your child acquiring ear infections, respiratory infections, asthma, type 2 diabetes, and obesity. This can also help your child in more ways than just their health. There's a research study that links breastfeeding to a higher intelligence, and the National Institute of Environmental and Health Science found that breastfed children have a 20% lower risk of dying between the ages of 28 days and 1 year. It's a lot easier for children to digest breast milk than it is formula, and it's really beneficial to you and your family as well. And it can benefit your family in more than one way. It's a lot more convenient. You don't have to get bottles ready, and you don't have to clean everything. Parents are missing less work because their children are not as often sick, so that they don't have to come home all the time. It doesn't cost any money unless you need to get a breast pump, which in the end will cost you a lot less money than it would to actually use formula all the time. And the skin-to-skin contact that you have when you breastfeed your child is very important. And it also boosts the oxytocin levels in the mother. If you have a pump, you can also freeze your milk, and then you can use it later, and all you have to do is heat it up. The breastfeeding website states that the Affordable Care Act requires most employees to provide an unpaid time for a mother to express milk in a private and clean experience. So that makes it a lot more helpful for people to do at work as well. The health benefits for women are great. It lowers your risk of type 2 diabetes and postpartum depression. And the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, established in 1946, states on their website that the longer a woman breastfeeds, the greater she is protected against breast cancer and ovarian cancer. There are some benefits to formula, but they do not compare to the benefits of breastfeeding. It has a big impact on your family. It takes a lot of time to prepare a bottle. You have to heat it, you have to get the formula in there, you have to clean all the bottles. And a lot of families tend to want to sterilize their water, so that takes an extra time. You have to get the bottle to the right temperature, which can sometimes take more than one try. These are all the different kinds of formula. There's a powder, a concentrate, and ready to feed. And formula and supplies can cost well over $1,500 each year, depending on how much your baby eats. And the better the formula, the more it costs. Formula has a great effect on babies as well. Callie Sayre, an OB/GYN at Methodist Hospital, states during a personal interview, formula-fed babies have more gas and firmer bowel movement. It can reduce, or when you reuse the formula after just 1 day, it can infect your baby with multiple bacteria. There's also no antibodies found in the formula that you get when you have breast milk. so there's no added protection against infections and illness. Overall, the benefits of breastfeeding outweigh the benefits of formula. Nursing a newborn is the most beneficial for your children's health as well as your own. Today I told you about the benefits of breastfeeding for not only you, but yourself or your child and your family, and the negative effects of formula. I'm going to give my child the best upbringing they can get. I hope you do as well, because that's what they deserve.